Before you apply for any type of business credit, watch this video. What if you could build real business credit in 30 days or less and grab your first $100,000 in real business funding? So hold on, before you try to save $100,000, I'm gonna make it a little simpler for you, because in today's lesson, we're gonna break down step by step the actual business credit plan that anybody can follow so you can get your first taste of business funding. So what I want you to do is go grab your pen and paper, and without further ado, let's dive in. All right, business owners, ladies and gents, whoever's watching this, I'm gonna be giving you different type of steps and pillars on how to access the funding all the way at the end. But of course, we have to build the business credit first. So in step one, we're gonna be talking about setting up your business the right way. So basically, this is just going to be you building that foundation, whether you already did it or you're at the starting point. So think of your business kind of like a house. You kind of build a very strong base, and before you add any walls, roofs, windows, anything of that nature, you have to start with choosing the right business entity. And with a lot of most beginners, things of that nature, of course, you're going to get a limited liability or an LLC. A corporation can definitely work, but if you're starting out, the best thing to do is just start with an LLC. It's less headache, I'm telling you right now. So of course, the first thing that you want to do is file with your Secretary of State's website, no matter what state that you're in, or you can basically do what I did a long time ago and just go to LegalZoom.com. No, this is not sponsored. I'm just telling you what I did and what worked for me. It took literally 10 minutes. 10 minutes, I became a business owner, and you can too. Now, once you go through LegalZoom, Busy, Secretary of State, however you do it, and you actually get approved, the next thing that you want to do is save your articles of organization and any other paperwork that they give you, because it's going to be very important later on in this video. And also think of your articles of organization like the birth certificate of your company. So that goes to show you that it's super important. Once you get all of that, the next thing that I want you to do is apply for your EIN, okay? You can literally go to irs.gov to get your EIN. Please do not pay for this. Even though I told you to go to LegalZoom or any of these other places, they will try to get you and be like, hey, for extra blah, 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 we can get your EIN number for it. No, please don't do that. It's free. You literally go to irs.gov. It takes you literally 2 seconds. Please do that. Understand that your EIN is nothing but a social security number for your business. So make sure that you save that letter and your articles of organization all in the same place. Ideally, in my opinion, I think you should save it digitally and then also physically, so you have it at least in 2 different places. Now, once you finish all of that, the next thing that you want to do, just to be extra ready for the vendors and lenders, banks, everything of that nature, you want to request your DUNS number. In case you don't know what a DUNS number is, it's your Dun and Bradstreet, okay? It is important, but it's not as important as what you think. I know all of us, in this space talk about your DUNS number, and things of that nature, but a lot of different lenders, just telling you, bank institutions, things like that, they more so pull other business credit bureaus, which I'll talk about later, than your DUNS number. But, just to be safe to sorry, just go to DUNS, just go to dnb.com and just grab it. Now, don't get me wrong. Many suppliers will check that ID when they look you up, depending on who you go to, when you go to, and what you're applying for. But you just want to make sure you have it. And before you actively move on to any type of business credit or, business funding, you have to make sure that these pillars are covered as well. And the ones that I'm talking about is your business address, your business phone number, and your business email address, okay? You want to make sure that you look professional in every single category, okay? Now, if you're just starting out and you don't have like a virtual address or anything like that, you can definitely start with, your physical address where you live. I don't recommend it because people are weird out here. They could definitely look you up, see what you're doing, see where you live, and just be a weirdo and try to pull up on you. You really don't want that. So try to get a virtual address, or try to get a location that, actually has where you do all your business at. The next thing I want you to do is, when it comes to your phone, don't have it as your personal phone, okay? You need to be able to, differentiate either or, okay? So try to have an 800 number, anything like that. You can use Google Voice or any other, or open a new line with, T-Mobile or whoever you actually bill with. The next thing that I just want to tell you is also make sure that your email address is set up properly too. Gmails are okay, but to really look optimal, you want to make sure that you have bobsllc@info.com or something of that nature. You want to make sure that it's very, very professional. You can go to Hostinger, GoDaddy.com, anything like that, And then also you want to make sure that you have a website, a professional website, okay? Not telling you to go and learn how to do websites. This is why we're business owners, so you have to think in a business mindset. You want to make sure that you can grab somebody off of Fiverr or Upwork or anything like that to build and create you a website. Same place, GoDaddy, Hostinger, you can do all of that right then and there. So now you look professional in every single place, because remember, consistency matters when it comes to these banks, lenders, vendors, and bureaus, okay? So make sure that you rewind this, listen to everything I said, write it down, take care of it, and then go to the next steps of what I'm about to talk about next. All right, so now you have your articles of organization saved, you got the EIN, you got the DUNS number, you got website, everything, great. Now with the foundation set, let's actually talk about how the business credit is tracked on your business credit reports, because that's the next most important thing. So we're going to be talking about in step 2, knowing your business credit reports. Now, let me just break this down really fast. Just like on the personal side, with the personal credit, you have bureaus, right? And in the business world, it's the same exact thing. I'm telling you, it's just different names. You have Dun & Bradstreet, which uses a score called a paydex score that runs from 0 all the way to 100. And 80 means that you pay everything on time. With Experian Business, that is talking about your IntelliScore, okay? Which pretty much predicts how likely you are to pay your bills. And the last one that we're going to talk about is Equifax Business, which tracks your commercial risk and payment behaviors, okay? So these scores improve when companies report your information, like the vendors and things like that, of how you pay on time or if you pay on time. So this means that we need accounts that actually report to these locations so they can show the banks and lenders, hey, I pay on time, I need capital, please provide that to me. That's all it is. Breaking it down, just super simple. Because understand, just like on the personal side, you have to pay everything on time, and it's the same exact thing, and it's kind of more important on the business side. The reason why is because you're actually vouching for a business entity or just an entity in general, okay? It's not just, again, for my example, it's not Bob that's trying to get capital. It's Bob vouching for Bob LLC. It's like, hey, look at this business entity right here. It's awesome. It's great. Please give me the vendors. Please give me all this information that I need. Please give me the capital that I need for this, not me for this. So that means that everything has to look extremely great on paper as far as your profiles, reports, and everything. Does that make sense? So now that we know the information when it comes to the reporting and we know who's grading you in that report, let me give you something that's going to greatly help you as far as the grading system to increase your business credit scores, starting with starter accounts and reports to your business credit profile, which is step 3. Because understand this, business owners, ladies and gents, that the goal is extremely simple: to open a few business accounts that report to the business credit bureaus and then pay them off extremely early. That way you have no issues moving forward. So the best way to do that is to start with net 30 vendors, okay? And we can start with fuel cards or anything that actually reports to the business credit reports. Now, let me tell you a little something about net 30 accounts. Net 30 accounts, there are more than that. Of course, I know we all talk about net 30 accounts. Of course, you had net 90s, net 60s, net 15s. I've even seen net 10s, even net 5s, okay? But net 30s are pretty much the staple when it comes to, building business credit and things of that nature. So basically, it's giving you a whole month to pay this off. Because understand, I'm just going to reiterate, I'm going to be giving you nothing but super simple accounts that'll really help you. For example, the A2B fuel card, okay? And as in the making of this video, this does report to the Experian Business. I did my due diligence, and I've also spoke to people that had this card and have this card, and they said that it does report to Experian Business. The next one I just want to talk about is the Shell Fleet Card. Yes, the gas card that we all see when we drive on the interstate, Shell Gas. How do I know? Is because I've had this card before. I don't have it anymore because I don't need it anymore, but it did its due diligence as far as getting me the business credit, and then I just pretty much just got rid of it. You can do the same thing, but it's not imperative. The last one that we want to talk about is Quill. It's a net 30 account and is widely used for all business owners, especially in the beginning stages, to build history and known reports that, hey, I basically pay on time, okay? A few years ago, I would say like 5 or 6 years ago, when I was building business credit, it did report to my DNB and also my Experian. I'm hoping that it does the same exact thing. I couldn't find too much information as far as if it still does that, but you can just do what I did, okay? When you apply for Quill, make sure that you sign up for their net 30 account. You have to do that. You will have to purchase something I would say over at least $70. I'm just telling you that right now, so be prepared. So you could be able to access the net 30 account. And then when I did get the net 30 account, and whenever I had that bill, I immediately paid it off. I think I got it later on that day. I just immediately paid it off, so it'll go ahead and report. And then when it does, I want you to wait 20 days and then contact the people at Quill to make sure that they are going to report this. That's what I did. You can do the same exact thing, but I still want you to do your due diligence and your homework to make sure that it still reports, okay? So make sure that you double check. And also, I just want to talk about, again, the smart way on how to use these accounts. Again, just reiterating, make sure that you place small and useful orders, even with Quill, by cleaning products, whatever you need to do. Also, with the fuel purchases, make sure that you use them and pay them off every single month. So if you use them for your personal card or your business card or anything like that, pay it off right then and there. Pay the invoices, ideally at least 10 to 15 days before they're due. I say pay it off right then and there, but if you want to do that, you can definitely do that, because this is going to aim to help your paydex score to that 80% or that 80 score or higher, okay? If you do this, you won't have any issues. Now, hold on. I just want to say, as far as a quick disclaimer, you might not need these fuel cards or these office supplies every single month, and that's okay, because I know some of you are probably like, yo, I'm not in the trucking industry. I don't need these cleaning products. I don't have a cleaning business. Look, it's just to build business credit history, okay? I'm not telling you to spend money you don't need to. Sometimes you have to do certain things to get to certain points, all right? That's the only thing. So make sure that you keep your receipts and you pay all of these invoices and confirmations, and you keep them in a folder, because if the trade line does not show up, you can show the records to make it an easy fix and say, hey, look, we know that you report, you're not reporting, here's my receipt, report this, okay? Once those first trade lines are set up, everything's reporting to your business credit profile, you see that 80 paydex score, everything is good. Now it's time to prepare for some real business funding, the place that everybody want to get to. And that's what we're going to talk about in step 4, which is getting funding ready. Understand this, business owners, as a small business owner, most early approvals and higher limits are going to come from a combination of a few things, which is your business credit, which you already built up, and I'm telling you right now, your strong personal credit, okay? It's called a personal guarantee, aka a PG. I know some of y'all probably don't want to hear this as far as, hey, why do I have to use my personal credit when I'm talking about a business? There's a reason, because I said in the beginning, you're small business. So you have to be the safety net for that business in case anything goes belly up. What you thought banks is just going to give out money just because you brand new? They don't know you. They don't know what's going on with you. They can only take you by your word and what they see on paper. So of course you're going to have to connect something to it. They're going to need something. So just understand that. And with having strong personal credit as far as a score, lenders also want to see comparable credit. And what I mean by that is, I speak to a lot of bank connects and underwriters a lot, and a lot of them want to see, hey, we want to make sure that they look strong and ready on the personal side so we can make sure that we can give them whatever they want on the business side. So they want to make sure that both sides look really well, or just really the personal side, before they do anything on the business side, aka comparable credit. Meaning, if you've already managed larger limits on the personal side, they feel way more comfortable granting you 2-3x on the business side. So if you can show a strong personal profile with limits totaling around $30,000 to $75,000, and you keep your balances low, on-time payments, and everything of that nature, it's going to be extremely easy for you to unlock $150,000 or more in business credit and funding across multiple accounts. So before you apply, make sure that your personal credit score is strong, your profile is strong, your utilization is low, and you have no recent late payments, okay? Because if you can confirm that your business information matches everywhere and your personal credit profile is at the tippity top, you will have no issues. And again, if you need any help with that, click the link below so we can help you fix your personal credit profile to help you get the funding that you're looking for, okay? But enough about that. Let's get back to the video. All right, so now you have your personal credit in order. Awesome, because I already know that you got your business credit in order. So now that we have all of our ducks in a row, it's time to start stacking smart offers, especially 0% APR on the business side, which is why we're going to get into step 5, stacking multiple business credit cards. So understand this, the reason why that we're going after business credit cards and not business loans, business lines of credit, is because you're brand spanking new. A lot of banks and lenders want to make sure that you're not risky, so they'll be okay with giving you a business credit card with a super high limit before they actually give you loans or anything like that. So we're gonna go after 0% APR business credit cards first, so your growth as far as investing doesn't get, held down by a lot of interest in the beginning. Okay, so we're gonna start at a very classic starting point, which is Chase, and going after the Chase Business Unlimited, okay, which offers, in the making of this video, 0 APR for the first 12 months. So that means a full year of no interest. Think how much you can do and what you can utilize with that card, okay? And another strong option is using American Express Blue Business Cash Card, which commonly pretty much features, a 0% APR for another 12 months of purchases. And again, it's $0 annual fee, and it's a strong forward cashback. The Business Unlimited is also a 0% APR, and not only 0% APR, but also 0 annual fee. Okay, so it's going to be these two cards are going to be a great intro for you. Now, again, you just want to be careful when it comes to applying for these certain cards whenever you do, because just to tell you right now, Chase does pull from Experian and then sometimes TransUnion or both. But when it comes to Amex, they could definitely pull your Experian as well. So you want to make sure that you do apply within a specific window, but try not to do it within the same week, okay? Because after those trade lines hit as far as a business credit and things like that, you just want to make sure that you keep your inquiries down, because you don't want to go to Amex, you get approved, and then you go to Chase, and then they see the inquiry, and it's like, yo, you just went to Amex, and now you want money from us. It looks like you're fishing for credit. We don't trust you, so we're going to go ahead and deny you. So if you do that, you want to either remove the inquiry whenever you do get approved for either one of these first, and then apply for the next one, or you're gonna have to sit, for a couple of months and then apply for the next one. You can bet your chances and try to apply for both. I'm not your pops. I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but I'm just telling you what actively works for clients, and then what worked for me when I first started. Because again, if you utilize all this correctly, this is how you turn credit into a tool, like a lever that lifts heavy weight with less effort. Okay, so if you use these time windows to grow your sales, then recycle the profits back into the payments, done right, you will have way more. You won't have any issues moving forward, because you're already scaled and already had more customers, more cash flow, and cleaner credit files to even move forward. Because you might even want to get way more than that, because you might get $75,000 from Chase, and then you'll get another $75,000 from Amex. You see what I'm saying? And it's just off of 2 cards. Or you can go to KeyBank, you can go to Truist. You can do all of these things just to get over $200,000 in funding, and you're just starting out. So now, I know I gave you a lot. I just want to bring it all together just really quick. Within the first 30 days, you want to make sure that you set up your business entity correctly, getting your articles of organization, your EIN for IRS.gov. You want to make sure that you sign up for your DUNS number, at least within the next week. I would say week 2. And then after that, you want to grab some, some Net 30 accounts. You want to grab some Quills, the A2P, the Shell, even BP if you want to. Make small purchases, pay it off on time, so it reports that Net 30 account that you are an on-time and responsible adult and business owner. The next thing, when you do all that and you have your personal credit in order, you want to apply for Chase and also American Express. Go after the 0 APR credit cards, business owners, because it's going to make it way easier to invest without so much interest creeping up behind you, tapping you on your shoulder. And then after that, what I want you to do is make sure that you focus and prioritize every single expense that you're using. Don't use too many at the same time, and put everything on auto pay so you don't miss any type of payments. You don't want any type of business late payments. They're the worst things to remove. So if you do all this, you won't have any issues moving forward. Now, I know a lot of you are looking at this and it's like, man, that sounds awesome, Eric. I just really don't know, if I can actually do this. Don't worry, I got you. Because what I want you to do right now is click the link below to sign up for a free consultation with me, so we can help you accelerate that personal credit, getting personal funding, and then getting that business funding using my bank reps and connects. Because if we do that, getting you over $200,000 in funding is super duper easy. I want to thank you guys for stopping by. I know it was a lot. I hope this really helps you guys. I just hope that this step-by-step really sparks some motivation in you to really go ahead and grab that $100,000, because it's right there. You just have to put in the work. Again, I want to thank you guys for stopping by, and until next time, ladies and gents.